Yeah. Street lights humming like a bass line. Clock hands bleed. Money don't sleep. I don't either. I came up with a siren sing. Cold nights make a diamond ring. Move smart, let the silence swing. I talk low, let the violence blink. Steel nerves while the pressure grows. Cut deals where the river flows. Big steps in designer souls. My whole life got a cinescope. Backlog tabernacle, sermons in a paper bag. Hustle wrote the alphabet, I learned to spell with tags. City gave me bruises I could polish into badges. Every yellow ladder rung, I'm climbing past the static. Paranoid prayers in a glove box rosary. Blueprints folded in a coat, no forgery. Brick dust cling to the tongue like the poetry. Made my vows to the grind, holy sorcery. I don't chase cloud, I chase clauses in the contract. Lawyers on the speed dial, commas doing combat. I was eating ramen while they posted empty bomb bags. Now I feed my brothers, every plate is getting contact. Lessons in the alleys where the cameras never pan. Turn the noise to discipline, the fear to a plan. Never sell a soul just to rent a little glam. Rather build a kingdom with a gentle iron hand. I came up with a siren sing. Cold nights make a diamond ring. Move smart, let the silence swing. I talk low, let the violence blink. Steel nerves while the pressure grows. Cut deals where the river flows. Big steps in designer souls. My whole life got a cinescope. High-rise view with the window like a widescreen. Contract spread out on the table like a crime scene. Coded in the margins, on land, on IP. Legacy to mission, teach the seeds to drive free. Had to learn the taxes, how to stack it, how to shield it. Turn the street arithmetic to assets that can yield it. I don't need applause, I need deeds on the building. Need my name inside the stone more than posts to the ceiling. Still the same kid with a scuffed pair of sneakers. Only diff now, I fund all the speakers. Went from beat breaks on a cardboard stage to a full state tour with a boardroom wage. Enemies talk loud, but they credit low. We authenticate the hustle, let the metrics show. Every threat turn lesson, every loss turn glow. Sunrise on the bankroll, let the ledger grow. Midnight letters in a bulletproof envelope. Whispers like wind in the vents, let the feds elope. I'm grounded as a ship in a storm with 1,000 ropes. Faith in the math, in the map, I don't gamble hopes. I came up with a siren sing. Cold nights make a diamond ring. Move smart, let the silence swing. I talk low, let the violence blink. Steel nerves while the pressure grows. Cut deals where the river flows. Big steps in designer souls. My whole life got a cinescope. Boardroom etiquette with backstreet etiquette. 2 languages fluently, cash is the predicate. Timepiece ticking like a metronome's etiquette. Every second monetized, every breath vivid. My shorty in the loft with a vision on the canvas. She paints futures where the ash never brand us. I promised her a dawn with a clear kind of atlas. Where the kids read wealth like a family practice. A door don't open, I engrave a new doorway. Architect soul with a wolf pack foreplay. Stake my position while I draft out 4 plays. 4th quarter ice in the vein on the worst day. Street talk code, never brag what you can't prove. Keep a clean book, let the silent numbers move. When the crowd chants names then disappears at dusk. I'm still building brick by brick out of grit and trust. Toast to the nights I was broke but I'm broken. Toast to the days when the future was a token. Now the sky writes checks with my name wide open. The city hums back, you were chosen. Where the sirens sing. Cold nights make a diamond ring. Ay. Move smart, let the silence swing. I talk low, let the violence blink. Ay. Steel nerves while the pressure grows. Cut deals where the river flows. Big steps in designer souls. My whole life got a cinescope. Ay.
Neon buzzing, rubber burning, fate turning. Yeah. Count the steps, count the scars, count the blessings in the tar. Let's go. From the alley to the anthem, I was building smoke. Turn a setback to a weapon when the engine broke. Brick dust in my lungs, neon signs in my eyes. I was born in the storm, now I'm monetizing skies. If the gate won't lift, I reinvent the door. Dead ends turn to runways when I floor to floor. Cold steel in the heart, want faith in the core. Say less, more pressure than I give them more. Look, clock can't slice through the midnight red. Graffiti prayers where the hungry bled. Mama ironed hope in the thrift store jeans. Told me read the code in the in-betweens. I learned interest rates on corner stoop. Compound painted to a power loop. Shoelace budget but the vision grand. Blueprint folded in a steady hand. They fed us myths with a velvet pitch. Promised gold while they palmed the switch. So I'm at my roots in a rusted book. Made the margins wide so the dream could look. Every no I archived, label stored. Knew one day I'd turn them to a cutting board. Chopped out fine like a chef with grace. Serve truth hot, let him taste his pace. I stitched up nights with a copper thread. Made lamps from the shadows where the rumors bled. I took bad news, made a marching beat. Let the pavement drum under tired feet. Contracts read like a loaded test. So I underline lines where the traps rest. No handshake game with a crooked grin. Ink so deep that it stains the wind.
The anthem I was building smoke. Dead ends turn to runways when I floor to floor. Cold steel in the heart, want faith in the core. Say less, more pressure than I give them more.
Boardroom glass got a street light glare. I bring dockyard lungs to the tailored air. Suit stitched tight but the soul untamed. I still count wins by the wounds I tamed. Seen quiet kids turn to seismic waves, while loud kings drown in their diamond graves. I respect the grind, not the rented crown. I respect the ones who refuse to drown. I budget time like a ruthless CFO. Invest in craft till the numbers grow. Turn late fees into lessons both. Paid in sweat, never paid for clout. I don't paint war as a glamour smoke, but I know how it tastes when the promise broke. So I armor my hope in the rib cage code. Kept faith on safety like a heavy load. I built teams from the underheard. Turn whispers to thunder with a single word. If money is a language, I learned a verb. Conjugate hustle till the commas curve. I won't sell peace for a flashy pose. Won't barter my worth for a borrowed glow. I'd rather push crates in the winter slick than sign away soul for a trending trick. When fear knocks late with a tailored suit, I let courage answer in a steel-toed boot.
We don't fold under pressure, we press the mold. Make a diamond from the deadline, break the hold. Every scar is a barcode. Scan a fight, receipt of the nights that became my light.
From the alley to the anthem, I was building smoke. Turn a setback to a weapon when the engine broke. Brick dust in my lungs, neon signs in my eyes. I was born in the storm, now I monetize the skies. If the gate won't lift, I reinvent the door. Dead ends turn to runways when I floor to floor. Cold steel in the heart, want faith in the core. Say less, more pressure than I give them more. Yeah, I don't pray for shortcuts, I pave a mile. With a level on the hope and a sober style. When the floorboards creak, I reinforce beams. Low bearing truth under gold-plated dreams. I've seen law of averages punish the proud. How the odds flip coins in a noisy crowd. But a disciplined day is a quiet knife, cutting open doors in a welded life. I bargain with dawn for an extra hour, then tax my fear of the premium power. I audit my circle, trim dead weight fast. Run lean on ego so the fuel tank lasts. If envy throws shade, let the shadows talk. Sun still pays rent where the winners walk. I check the fine print on the devil's smile. If the claws ain't clean, I redline the file. I'm a lighthouse lodged in a ribcage frame. Blink code to the ships that forgot the name. When the thunder collects like a debt unpaid, I bill it to fate with a razor blade. Not a myth, not a fluke, not a viral spin. I'm a brick by brick, take nothing win. I align my steps with the long-term math. Let patience be the blade that clears the path. And if silence is loud on the 7th floor, that's the sound of a future I can't ignore. Can't ignore, can't ignore, can't ignore.
From the alley to the anthem, I was building smoke. Turn a setback to a weapon when the hinges broke. Brick dust in my lungs, neon signs in my eyes. I was born in the storm, now I monetize the skies. If the gate won't lift, I reinvent the door. Dead ends turn to runways when I floor to floor. Cold steel in the heart, want faith in the core. Say less, more pressure than I give them more.
If the skyline doubts, I raise my proof. Lay a runway, a rhythm on a tall black roof. Brick dust fades when the neon hums,
And the choir of vengeance sings what I become.
Street lights blink like cursors on the block. I type my fate, type my fate. Cold metal doors, warm breath, money wakes late, me wakes late. No fairy tales, just ledger scars and pressure plates. I was raised with angels chant, contracts folded in a denim pant. Prayers whispered through a metal grate, turn the hunger to a dinner plate. Silent moves with a careful hand, numbers talk louder than any brand. Brick by brick till the flags expand, concrete hymns like a marching band. My city taught arithmetic and cigarette smoke, fractions in the rent division when the trust broke. Mama kept a coffee can bank above the stove. I kept a notepad full of rotes I never told. Paper cuts on fingers from the hustler's Bible. Index tabs on targets, plan a growth cycle. When there was a bully, I wore patience like a coat. Saved coins like witnesses, wrote minutes to the hope. I made peace with the mirror, be the boss you never met. Shake hands with wrist, keep that on a leash and a bet. Never bought a chain I couldn't buy twice in a drought. Never post a proof, I let silence work it out. Haters talking rumors, I speak spreadsheets. They parading captions, I invest in fleets. I am autopilot through a thundercloud's teeth. Navigate the market like a harbor beneath. I was raised with angels chant, contracts folded in a denim pant. Prayers whispered through a metal grate, turn the hunger to a dinner plate. Silent moves with a careful hand, numbers talk louder than any brand. Brick by brick till the flags expand, concrete hymns like a marching band. I didn't learn loyalty from speeches and drinks, I learned it from receipts and the penalties of ink. Clause 7, keep the masters. Clause 8, keep the land. Clause 9, set the trust for the children of the plan. Boom, etiquette braided with backstreet code. Two dialects, fluent equity and notes. If the gate won't open, I engrave a hinge. If the bank says no, I reprice the binge. I know the feeling when the dream needs rent, when hope is a tenant and time wants percent. But I flip that math, turn pressure into rail. Send freight through midnight, deliver without fails. Enemy sell thunder that dissolves in the dawn. I sell umbrellas that outlive the storm. I don't wear revenge, I line the written winds. Let karma do the audit while my patience spins. Blueprints on the fridge with magnets from a tour. Notes like Morse code tapping on the floor. Faith in the decimals, grace in the chore. I harvest the future with a spreadsheet's roar. Shorty paint skylines in the sunlight loft. Kids build roadblocks from a thrift store box. We speak about silence as a weapon to wield, about wealth like water and how to irrigate fields. We don't raise flexes, we raise founders. Teach them how quiet plan moves mountains. Grief made a map, I followed it home. Past failed deals and anonymous phones. When the devil tried credit with an interest of fear, paid it in discipline, compounded a year. From a couch with a view of a peeling wall to a terrace where the skyline kneels to call. Now I'm into the younger me, stuck in the alleys. Tell them keep the receipts, build balance, not valleys. Be kind but armor, be warm but exact. Let your empathy breathe, but your ledgers intact. I was raised where the angels chant, contracts folded in a denim pant. Prayers whispered through a metal grate, turn the hunger to a dinner plate. Silent moves with a careful hand, numbers talk louder than any brand. Brick by brick till the flags expand, concrete hymns like a marching band. Every night I write thank yous to the floor I slept, to the locks that jammed, to the promises kept, to the friends who left when the favors ran thin, to the ones who stayed and became next to kin. I toast to the rejections that rehearsed my pitch, to the crumbs I counted till the table got rich. I learned a calm tone makes danger retreat, that a slow note can out-weapon a loud heat. Now the phone buzz light like a drumline cue, opportunities cue like a sunrise hue. But I still move humble like the rent past due, eyes on the artist, soul on the view. City hum soft as a vinyl hiss, heaven in the margins of a hustler's list. If I disappear, I'll be bricks in the mist. Legacy is louder than a diamond. I was raised with the angels chant, contracts folded in a denim pant. Prayers whispered through a metal grate, turn the hunger to a dinner plate. Silent moves with a careful hand, numbers talk louder than any brand. Brick by brick till the flags expand, concrete hymns like a marching band. City veins glow red under sodium moons.
Clock hands grind like warehouse spoons. I lace my faith with a torque wrench twist. If luck goes missing, I don't make a wish. Blacktop balance, ledger in the rain. Turn the pressure up till it prints my name. Cold fist, warm heart, long view aim. If the bridge looks weak, then I build new frame. From a curbside hymn to a skyline roar. I don't knock once, kick down four. Blacktop balance, proof on the floor. I cash in scars like a corner store. I learned numbers from a landlord stare. Late fees chewing through the midnight air. Mama patch holes in a thrifted coat. Told me own your word like a steel ribbed boat. I mapped my routes in a ruled notebook. Margins wide so the vision could cook. Street lights buzz like fluorescent valves. I cut new lanes with mechanic plows. Every node got filed in the braced archive. Fuel for the pistons when I need that drive. Shoelace budget, concrete drum. Beat out fear till the doubts go numb. I don't beg gates, I survey land. Pull tape, strike chalk, let the footing stand. A rumor tried renting the room in my skull. I raised the rent with a policy door. Pay with the facts so you pack your bags. Evicted those ghosts with a stack of rags. I chew my hunger to a measured pace. Slow flames cooking in the cast iron place. Board up windows, backlot plans. Future gets built by callous hands. I carry tools like a creed I trust. Calipers, levels, a compass of must. If faith is steel, then grind is grease. I prime my gears till the squeals decrease. Blacktop balance, ledger in the rain. From a curbside hymn to a skyline roar. Blacktop balance, proof on the floor. I cash in scars like a corner store. I bring dockyard lungs to the marble hall. Truth doesn't echo on a padded wall. I speak in verbs, deploy, refine. Conjugate, hustle till the commas align. I amortize pride and expense my rage. Turn page by page like a contract wage. Not a rented crown, not a counterfeit glow. I price my piece at a wholesale low. I seen flash turn thin at a hairpin bend. Frames go brittle when they chase pretend. Quiet minds measure with a survey ride. Loud mouths wobble like a bench tripod. I learn to draft with a builder's feel. Draw low past fans can't see but still. Callous math, disciplined hands. Audit the rumors, reconcile plans. I build my past for the rented old. Stamp overdue where the cold wind blows. When thunder stacks like accounts in the rears. I reconcile clouds with unshaken gears. No magic lamp, just repeated tries. 1,000 tiny winds under modest skies. I keep my circle like a torque spec sheet. Tighten each bolt till it won't miss seat. No handshake deal without teeth in ink. If the claws re-slick, then the pen won't blink. I'd rather push freight in the sleet at dawn than sign my soul for a trending young. Chrome reflections, factory choirs. Dead ends melt when the wheel desires. Barcode scars, scan the code. Receipt the nights that paid this road. Blacktop balance, ledger in the rain. Turn the pressure up till it prints my name. Cold fist, warm heart, long view aim. If the bridge looks weak, then I build new frame. From a curbside hymn to a skyline roar. I don't knock once, kick down four. Blacktop balance, proof on the floor. I cash in scars like a corner store. I don't pray for escalators, stairs are fine. Each riser aligned with a truce align. I clock my breath with a metronome calm. Pilot the storm with a level palm. Breakfast is reps, lunch is notes. Dinner is miles in the steel belt throats. I set my compass to a freight train grade. Let patience sharpen each passing blade. If envy throws shade with a manicure grin, I borrow that cool and grow new skin. I write my goals in a riveted script. Crosswinds test, but the keel won't flip. I welded resolve to a beam called now. Ran heat across down till the edges bow. I draft redundancies, plan A to Z. Where failure is feedback and not a decree. I paint my wins in a permanent loss. Cure it in time till the gloss goes boss. I keep receipts for the nights I bled. Stamp each page with a hammer hit. No borrowed thunder, I mill my spark. Lay the outshine from a scrapyard dog. I sign my name on the rivet heads. Tight pattern rows where the backbone spreads. If silence grows thick on the 20th floor, let's focus auctioning off the raw. Blacktop balance, ledger in the rain. From a curbside hymn to a skyline roar. Blacktop balance, proof on the floor. I cash in scars like a corner store. If the map runs out, I survey more. Set new pins where the doubts kept score. Not luck, not lore, just a forged up core. If they see a one door, I draft three more. Blacktop balance, let the engine sing. I built the runway where the bruises clean. Ink my proof in the tall's cool gleam. Then taxi the dawn through a lifelong dream. Black top balance. Black top balance. Black top balance. Black top balance.
Street lamps bud, like neon bees, I breathe the cold. Clock can't slice the dark, my hunger never froze. No fairy dust, just grit and roses, zeros grown. I turn a whisper into thunder with a sober tone. From a block where whole world knockoff seam, I stitch my fate with gasoline. Move like smoke through laser beams, speaking spreadsheets, living dreams. Still for the nerves, ice in the veins, lawyer my wins. All they pains, the pressure's a crown, I'm taking the rings. Gold in the tongue, iron and chains. Mama here renting a flower tent, nice within. I learned to multiply crumbs to the table, grin. Teachers with sirens, alleys with study halls. Every yelling index, every bruise a protocol. Kept a notebook fat with a wartime farm. Markings like trenches where the quiet hunts. I weigh my pride on a postal scale. If ego that rose, discipline made bail. I was broke with a doctor and sacrifice. Screw patience in winter like black ice. No flash, just function, phone on mute. Cheek low, eyes on mine acute. I don't sell storms, I forecast route. Turn rumors to silence, prophets to proof. When hunger tune the city like a metronome. Click. I counted seconds and soldiers and made them rich. Yeah. From a block where hope will knock off seams, I stitch my fate with gasoline. Move like smoke through laser beams, speaking spreadsheets, living dreams. Still for the nerves, ice in the veins, lawyer my wins. All that it pains, if pressure's a crown, I'm taking the reins. Gold in the tongue, iron and chain, boardroom manners, braided with corner codes. 2 dialects fluent, equity and notes. Clause 10 keep on the ship, clause 12 keep sold. Clause 14 teach a youth how to hold. I bought my time at wholesale, not retail. Wrote down goals like warrants posted bail. Enemies broadcast thunder, never show rain. I move umbrellas that outlet pain. Truth is a ledger that don't need lights. Credit so clean it reflects the night. I'm at my fears with a draftsman's pen. Then build a bridge with a gap it been. Quiet as a weapon when the room gets loud. Patience is a pilot to a crosswind crowd. I see through the filter, sidestep clouds. Numbers ain't walking, the words don't count. Blue wing, black suit, silver spine. I translate hunger into dotted lines. If no door opens, redesign. Pour the mold and set the sign. Shorty paints dawns with a copper brush. Kids dream big in a velvet hush. I tell them what there's a language, learn the verbs, assets, margins, balance, curve. We build like masons with a meter drum. Every promise to live it, never on loan. Grace for the old me, stuck in the cold. Game for the new me, shaping the mold. I forgive what try to break my bone. Then invoice a lesson with interest grown. From a couch to the ceiling like a peeling skin. To a terrace where dusk and did it blend. Still sweet floors in my mind that close. Still count doors for the ones I chose. Be kind but armor, one but exactly. Love be public, strategy maps. Yeah. From a block where hope war knock off seams, I stitch my fate with gasoline. Move like smoke through laser beams, speaking spreadsheets, living dreams. Still for the nerves, ice in the veins, lawyer my wins. All that it pains, if pressure's a crown, I'm taking the reins. Gold in the tongue, iron and chain. I toast to the janitors, at midnight halls, to the keys they turn, so the sun could crawl. To the know that taught me to sharpen name, to the way to temper the inner flame. I wear my scars, I know the right seals. Proof that the contract with hope is real. Phone on vibrate, blessings on ring. On purpose calls, I let it sing. I don't chase crowds, I curate tribes. We trade in value, not empty vibes. Every step a footnote to a larger text. Every winter chapter that cash is checked. If the market's a storm, I'm hauling kill. The faith of the engine, I'm chroming still. The city is a quiet, I'm baritone bold. From my lungs, I exhale gold. Street hum face to a vinyl hit. I etch my name where the skyline live. Legacy louder than a diamond ring. When I vanish, I'll be bricks in the mist. Yeah. From a block where hope war knock off seams, I stitch my fate with gasoline. Move like smoke through laser beams, speaking spreadsheets, living dreams. Still for the nerves, ice in the veins, lawyer my wins. All that it pains, the pressure's a crown, I'm taking the reins. Gold in the tongue, iron and chain.
Neon frost on the hood, breath fog in the mirror. Clock hands cutting through a concrete era. No fairy god, just eyes and data. I write my fate like a ruthless auditor's ledger. I was born where the pistons pray. When the bikes and the rent once paid. Quiet steps make the loudest day. I move numbers while the rumors sway. Still in my lungs, ink on my sleeve. Built from the dust that refuse to leave. Sign with a nod, let the prophet breathe. Black top balance, I don't misread. No stink. Mama tuck rent in a cereal bag. I tuck blueprints where the teardrops sag. Slept on the couch with a roadmap brain. Tracing the route through thunder and rain. Studied the cadence of corner advice. Filtered the noise, distilled it to rice. Every denial, a sharpened knife. Cutting the tunnel for a disciplined life. I was broke with impeccable taste. favoring patience, banning the haste, silence the timeline, banish the flex. Fed the wolf with a calendar text, scars on the knuckles like notary stamps. Paper and power in clandestine camps, turned every L to a building permit. Stamped by the sweat, I refuse to remit. Midnight arithmetic, candle at desk, ledger like scripture, margins confessed. I folded my pride like a pocket square, put on a suit, made a prayer and repair. I was born where the pistons pray, winter bites and the rent won't pay. Quiet steps make the loudest day. I move numbers while the rumors sway. Still in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, built from the dust that refuse to leave. Sign with a nod, let the prophet breathe. Black top balance, I don't misread. 2 languages spoken, boardroom and block. I translate hunger into equity stock. Clause 7 keep masters, clause 8 keep land. Clause 9 teach the kids how to draft with a hand. Enemies thunder and temporary clips. I surf the storm with a permanent ship. Quiet like snowfall on the Voss Coast still. I don't perform, I perform the deal. Paper turn parcel, loops in the fees. Ghosts of the past now bow on their knees. I don't chase clout, I chase clear titles. Mortars and deeds, not viral recitals. Audits of faith, receipts of resolve. Problems show teeth, I let structure revolve. Patience a razor, time is the cloth. Trim off the panic, hedge all the loss. I learned the math of a generational art. How one calm plan can outlaw the dark. 1,000 refusals, a single hello. I watered that seed till the skyline glowed. Blue ink, black suit, stainless wheels. I build cathedrals from unpaid bills. If doors don't open, I engineer hinges. Turn no into lumbercraft when it's syringes. Shorty in the loft mixing copper and dawn. Kids draw rockets on repurposed brawn. I teach them well like a second tongue. Compound verbs where the brave are sprung. We keep receipts for the joy we spend. Gratitude log with a fountain pen. Forget the past but don't fold the map. Mark every trap where the bridges collapse. I still walk humble through marble halls. Remember the mildew, the peeling walls. Send roses to the janitors at night. The keys unlock my northern light. We eat in Rome, I promised in ink. Toast to the times, we tremble don't bring. Now vendors call with a courtesy voice. I call back home with a premium choice. I move like a harbor in a hurricane breath. Anchor in truth with a bold line left. Legacies louder than diamonds will gleam. Let the children inherit the deed to the dream. I was born where the pistons pray, winter bites and the rent won't pay. Quiet steps make the loudest day. I move numbers while the rumors sway. Steel in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, built from the dust that refuse to leave. Sign with a nod, let the prophet breathe. Black top balance, I don't misread. Toast to the calluses, mercy and grind. To the stubborn hope that rewired my mind. I learned to invest in a tempered heart, to split the chaos and pull out the art. If fear is a lender with ugly rates, I pay it in habits that strength creates. From pawn shop nights to pro-yo dawns, from thrift store suits to couture bonds. I'm still that kid with a scuffed up soul, but now I buy sidewalks to host my stroll. Numbers don't lie and the silence agrees. My voice is a memo that signs decrees. When I go ghost like a fog over steel, I live as a structure the faithful can feel. City hums back with a vinyl hiss. I stamp my name where the skyline lifts. If the future's a court, I plead like this. Not guilty of quitting, guilty of bliss. I was born where the pistons pray, winter bites and the rent won't pay. Quiet steps make the loudest day. I move numbers while the rumors sway. Steel in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, built from the dust that refuse to leave. Sign with a nod, let the prophet breathe. Black top balance, I don't misread.
Street hum, night drum, ledger in my palm. Clock hands whistle like a bullet through a psalm. No miracles, just math under pressure and calm. I turn a rental of hope to a deed on a farm. Born where the pistons pray and the frost has teeth, where the rain collects stories and the cold runs deep. Move like a room where the cameras can't keep, speaking receipts while the loud ones sleep. Steel in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, stack every note till the doors concede. Quiet like snow on a vault of dreams, carbon fiber soul with a diamond creed. Mama hid change in a flower can shrine. I hid blueprints in a book's broken spine. Alley lights Taught me to measure the night, to turn fear into schedules and panic aside. I wrote in a notebook like wartime code, margins full of tactics that the ego never showed. I learned the language of silence and proof, let the numbers testify and keep my halo aloof. I was broke but exact, discipline and plain, wore patience like wool, let desire train. Stacked tiny habits like bricks in a stair, climbed out slow while forgetting despair. Friends turned fog when the favors ran dry, so I built a compass that ignored their cry. Mapped my hunger with a draftsman's pen, laid a bridge where the gap had been. No photo op flex, just forensic grind. Audit of faith with a steel trust mine. Enemies sold thunder in 30-second clips. I sold umbrellas with lifetime tips. Born with a piston's prey and the frost has teeth, where the rain collects stories and the cold runs deep. Move like a rumor the cameras can't keep, speaking receipts while the loud ones sleep. Steel in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, stack every note till the doors concede. Quiet like snow on a vault of dreams, carbon fiber soul to diamond cream. Boardroom grammar braided with curbside slang, 2 dictionaries open while the pendulums hang. Clause 7 keep masters, clause 8 on land, clause 9 teach heirs how to draft by hand. I bought my time wholesale, no retail tax. Calendar a weapon with obedient facts. When credit looks shy and the market wall frowns, I tightened my ship and redrew the grounds. Converted the echoes of doubt to a fund, indexed the wisdom of every wrong run. Cap table clean like a Sunday suit, portfolio fruit from a disciplined root. I don't chase cloud, I purchase peace. I don't rent joy, I sign the lease. Lawyer on standby like a guardian bell, wealth on slow simmer like a winter hotel. Bless the code that kept my focus lit, the silence that taught me where legends sit. Blue ink, black suit, silver bone spine, translate hunger into dotted lines. If the door won't open, redesign, pour the mold, let legacy align. Let legacy align. Yeah, let legacy align. Yeah, shorty paints dawns with a copper brush. Yeah, kids learn equity before the rush. Yeah, we talk about kindness, armor with steel, about love that's honest and contrast real. We budget our joy like a sacred feast. We tie to our future and forgive the beast. Letters to the kid I was, hold when it shakes. Guard your receipts and the moves you make. From a couch where the ceiling peeled like bark, to a terrace where the skyline quotes my art. I mentor the shadows that mirror my start, teach them to armor their hope with art. We build like sailors who married the storm, ropes of routine, a compass won't. Graceful mistakes, structure strict, doors for the worthy, alarms for the trick. Every no I stack became scaffold and rail, every winter a kill where my courage set sail. Van doors call soft with a premium tone, I answer and calm from a purpose-built throne. Not marble and gold, just air and intent, a chair that remembers the dues I spent. If pride gets loud, I cut its mic. If fear sells futures, I short that hype. Choose a marathon over the sprint, choose a ledger over the tent. Legacy is a noise, it's a building's breath, staircase humming of life and death. When I go ghost like steam from steel, I'll live as a harbor to humble feel. Yeah. Harbor to humble feel. Yeah. Harbor to humble feel. Born with a piston's prey and the frost has teeth, where the rain collects stories and the cold runs deep. Move like a rumor the cameras can't keep, speaking receipts while the loud ones sleep. Steel in my lungs, ink on my sleeve, stack every note till the doors concede. Quiet like snow on a ball of dreams, carbon fiber soul with a diamond cream.
Yeah. City hum like a war drum beat. Neon smoke where the shadows meet. Every scar a verse, every night a vow. I'm still here, breathing numbers now. Came from blocks where the nights don't heal. Cold hands clutching a phantom meal. Moved in silence, let the paperwork speak. Stack my faith to the foundation peak. Iron lungs with a bulletproof creep. Wrote my name where the hustlers bleed. If pressure's a crown, then I take that throne. Ledger of scars in the city of stone. Mama kept rent in a coffee can jar. I kept blueprints in a page with scars. Every note became timber for a bridge I built. Every tear on the floor turned into silk. I learned the cold patience in a restless vein, to carry whole winters like a ball and chain. Never sold fire just to light my clout. I sold umbrellas that the flood called out. Enemies scream on a 30-second reel. I move like equity, silent and real. Contracts folded in my jacket's breath. Blueprint gospel in the face of death. Quiet like snow, but it weighs like bricks. 1,000 refusals, one plan that sticks. Came from blocks where the nights don't heal. Cold hands clutching a phantom meal. Moved in silence, let the paperwork speak. Stack my faith to the foundation peak. Iron lungs with a bulletproof creed. Wrote my name where the hustlers bleed. If pressure's a crown, then I take that throne. Ledger of scars in a city of stone. Boardroom grammar with a curbside tongue. Clause 9 on everything you done. Clause 10, keep the masters close. Clause 11, make the silence boast. I don't post pain for a moment's trend. I turn that pain to a dividend. Bought back my time like a sacred deed. Invested my scars in the family creed. She paints dawn with a copper hue. Kids learn balance before they do. I promised them futures my nights never knew. Blueprint wealth in the ink I drew. Enemies flex with a counterfeit glow. I flex patience and let profit show. I'm stormproof still with a tempered soul. Out of the faith where the numbers roll. Midnight clocks, whispering code. Receipts and stacks where the secrets go. If the door don't open, I carve the frame. Name in the concrete, echo my name. Toast to the nights I was broke but exact. Toast to the tables that turned on fact. From a couch with a ceiling that feel like skin, to a skyline terrace where the ledges grin. Still sweep floors in my mental halls. Still remember mildew on the walls. Forget the past but I mark the map. Teach the youth where the pitfall snap. Legacy isn't change, it's a deed of trust. A compass pointing when the world erupts. I move calm in the chaos, pace in the fire. Blueprint gospel with a street empire. When I fade like smoke in the neon dawn, I live as a harbor generations drawn. Came from blocks where the nights don't heal. Cold hands clutching a phantom meal. Move in silence, let the paperwork speak. Stack my faith to the foundation peak. Iron lungs with a bulletproof creed. Wrote my name where the hustlers bleed. If pressure's a crown, then I take that throne. Ledger of scars in a city of stone. Street hum fades like a vinyl kiss. I etch my name where the skyline lift. When silence reigns, I still exist. Bulletproof ledger, eternal list.
Yeah, sirens hum like lullabies and still. Every scar a contract, every deal too real. From back streets cold to boardrooms wide. I built an empire the storm can't hide. Came from alleys where the shadows bite. Cold rain dripping through a sleepless night. Silent steps turn to towers of gold. Kingdom in concrete, story retold. Iron in my lungs, fire in my eyes. Stacking each note till the skyline rise. Pressure makes kings, then I wear that crown. Carved from the hustle where the lights shut down. Mama saved coins in a torn cloth bag. I saved blueprints where the lamppost sagged. Every weight was a hammer, every stop was a nail. I built through refusals, refused to fail. Learned math from hunger, patience from frost. Every scar invested, no profit lost. I don't flex chains that depreciate fast. I flex these that my children will grasp. Enemies post noise in the highlight reel. I post silence that closes deals. Notebook thick where the hustle is cold. Margins deep as the streets I roll. I learned to weigh pride like ounces of gold. Too heavy to carry, too fragile to hold. Came from alleys where the shadows bite. Cold rain dripping through a sleepless night. Silent steps turn to towers of gold. Kingdom in concrete, story retold. Iron in my lungs, fire in my eyes. Stacking each note till the skyline rise. If pressure makes kings, then I wear that crown. Carved from the hustle where the lights shut down. Boardroom tone with a curbside slang. Clause 12, own land, not just brand. Clause 15, let patience earn. Clause
lost 20. Let respect return. I turned dead into fuel, doubt in the art. Blueprint, gospel from a hustler's heart. Silence is my lawyer, patience my guard. Discipline the weapon I draw when it's hard. From a couch with mildew and a broken lock to a penthouse terrace where the skyline talks. I don't chase clout, I curate trust. I don't rent fame, I invest in us. Enemies shout storms that dissolve by dawn. I ship calm seas that forever go on. If the gate won't swing, I forge the key. If the road is closed, I draft the street. Legacy is louder than a diamond wrist. It echoes in names the city won't miss. Shorty paints futures with a copper glow. Kids learn balance before they grow. I promised them paths I never could walk. I write in receipts, not just in talk. We build foundations with granite grace. Still frame patience in a fragile place. Toast to the nights when the fridge was bare. Toast to the doubts that taught repair. Now I sign memos where I once signed prayers. Same soul, sharper stairs. When the city whispers with a vinyl breath, I live as a harbor beyond my death. Came from alleys where the shadows bite. Cold rain dripping through a sleepless night. Silent steps turn to towers of gold. Kingdom in concrete, story retold. Iron in my lungs, fire in my eyes. Stacking each node till the skyline ride. If pressure makes kings, then I wear that crown. Carved from the hustle where the light shut down. Street hum fades, but the empire stands. Built with scars and steady hands. No fairy tales, just proof and grit. Kingdom in concrete, infinite script. Infinite script.
Yeah. City smoke tastes like iron and sin. Clock can sharp, cut deeper than kin. Every note I swallow turn fire within. Now speaking receipts, and the war begins. Yeah. Raised where the bullets write gospel at night. Cold alleys teaching how to sharpen a fight. Silent moves louder than a stadium crowd. Empire in ashes, I rise and bow. Steel in my chest, gold in my veins. Stack every scar to the skyline gains. If pain builds kings, then I wear that throne. Brick by brick, I carve my own. Mama stitched faith in a torn up sheet. I stitch blueprints where the shadows meet. I was broke with hunger as a loyal guide. Counting lessons in the nights I cry. No silver spoons, just rusted forks. Dreams folded tight in a box of chores. Every block was a textbook written in blood. Every loss was tuition in a concrete flood. Enemies flex in a rented disguise. I flex patience that never lie. Silence my anthem, discipline my sword. Boardroom grammar in a curbside chord. I learned to weigh time like ounces of gold. Spent it slow while the fast grew old. Ledger of pain, balance of will. Turned every bruise into capital still. Raised where the bullets write gospel at night. Cold alleys teaching how to sharpen a fight. Silent moves louder than a stadium crowd. Empire in ashes, I rise and bow. Steel in my chest, gold in my veins. Stack every scar to the skyline gains. If pain builds kings, then I wear that throne. Brick by brick, I carve my own. Clause 10 on soul, clause 12 on land, clause 15 never fold, clause 20 stand. I turned that into bricks, styled out in the stone. Built foundations, nobody owns. I don't rent pride, I invest in grace. I don't chase clout, I race the race. Enemies talk storms that fade by dawn. I script forecasts that forever go on. From basements damp with a mildew breath to penthouse air where the skyline rests. I still walk humble, memory bound to the nights when silence was the loudest sound. Every weight became mortar and walls I drew. Every scar became proof of a path I knew. Now I toast with contracts, not fragile fame. Every line sign is a crown reclaimed. Midnight whispers in the ledgers glow. Receipts confess what the streets won't show. If the gate won't open, I'll forge the key. Legacies louder than envy will be. Shorty paints dawn in the canvas flame. Kids learn equity before the game. I promised them worlds I never could see. I bought them futures with my misery. Grace for the past, armor for now. Empathy sharp as a sword of vow. Toast to the hunger that carved my aim. Toast to the losses that branded my name. Still sweet floors in the halls of mine. Still chart routes in the maps I find. When I fade like smoke in a vinyl breeze, I live as a harbor
beyond the seas. Raised with the bullets, right gospel at night. Cold alleys teaching how to sharpen the fight. Silent move louder than a stadium crowd. Empire in ashes, I rise unbowed. Steel in my chest, gold in my vein. Stack every scar to the skyline gains. If pain builds kings, then I wear that throne. Brick by brick, I carve my own. Street unfazed, but the empire grows. Legacy louder than a life I chose. No fairy tales, just grit and spit. Empire in ashes, infinite script.
Yeah. Shadows hum like a sermon in chrome. Every scar's a receipt, every bruise a loan. I built from silence, I bled from stone. Now I walk with a crown that I carved on my own.
Came from nights where the frost cuts deep, where the alleys teaching the broken sleep. Steel in my chest, ink in my hand. Crown of concrete, I command this land. If pain is the tax, then I paid that bill. If doubt is the storm, I was forged in will. Voices fade, but the proof won't lie. Legacy louder than the midnight sky.
Mama saved coins in the rusted tin. I saved blueprints where the shadows grin. Every weight was a weight that I carry like lead. Turn hunger into fire, turn silence to bread. I was broke with a PhD in grit. Patience to armor, discipline fit. Enemies post under for a rented applause. I move like equity, silent in laws. Clause 9, keep faith. Clause 10, own land. Clause 15, stay firm. Clause 20, stand from a couch with mildew, a leaking roof, to a terrace where the skyline is living proof. Scars like ledges, balance in blood. Recips of the nights when I prayed in mud.
Came from nights where the frost cuts deep, where the alleys teaching the broken sleep. Steel in my chest, ink in my hand. Crown of concrete, I command this land. If pain is the tax, then I paid that bill. If doubt is the storm, I was forged in will. Voices fade, but the proof won't lie. Legacy louder than the midnight sky.
Ballroom polished with a curbside flow. Two languages fluent, equity and woe. Don't chase clout that dissolves by dawn. I craft umbrellas that forever stay on. Blueprint, gospel in the hustler script. Every Noah deposit, every scar equipped. Enemies sell smoke with a fragile flame. I sell foundations that outlive pain. Still walk humble through marble floors. Still recall hunger from rusted doors. Every bruise became interest earned. Every failure a lesson confirmed. I don't rent joy, I invest in peace. I don't chase storms, I design release. Silence is louder than the crowd's cheap cheer. Crown of concrete, my testament clear. If the gate won't swing, I forge the steel. If the road is gone, I redraw the deal. Legacy louder than chains that gleam. Written in ink, in blood and dream. Shorty paints dawn with a copper flame. Kids learn balance before the game. I promised them futures my nights couldn't see, so I wrote those futures in equity. Toast to the nights when the fridge was bare. Toast to the doubts that taught repair. Now I sign memos where I once signed pain. Same scars, sharper aim. From a block where hunger taught me math, to a skyline crown on a gilded path. When I fade like smoke in the final breath, I live as a harbor beyond my death.
Came from nights where the frost cuts deep, where the alleys teaching the broken sleep. Steel in my chest, ink in my hand. Crown of concrete, I command this land. If pain is the tax, then I paid that bill. If doubt is the storm, I was forged in will. Voices fade, but the proof won't lie. Legacy louder than the midnight sky.
Yeah, no fairy tales, no counterfeit script. Just bruises notarized in a hustler's writ. Crown of concrete, infinite creed, empire eternal, planted in seed. Planted in seed. Planted in seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Neon haze, echoes of chrome. Every block a pulpit, every scar a poem. No fairy dust here, just hunger and math. I paved my kingdom on a shadow path. Born where the street lights bleed on stone. Raised on silence, I carve my throne. Iron lungs, discipline deep. street throne testament, promises keep. If pain is the crown, then I wear that weight. Brick by brick, I redefine fate. Voices fade, but receipts remain. Legacy louder than the city's pain. Mama kept change in a torn up jar. I kept visions where the dead ends are. Learn more from alleys than a classroom work. Every no I heard was a bridge I stirred. I was broke with a doctorate in scars. Blueprint gospel in the notebooks bars. No cloud on captions, just proof in deeds. I planted patience, I harvested needs. Enemies post under for-rented applause. I keep equity silent, reinforced by laws. Clause 7, my soul. Clause 10, my land. Clause 12, never fold. Clause 20, stand. Cold nights taught me how to tax the fear. Every dawn an invoice, every step sincere. Ledger of bruises, balance of grind. Concrete gospel engraved in time. Yeah. Born where the street lights bleed on stone. Raised on silence, I carve my throne. Iron lungs, discipline deep. Street throne testament, promises keep. If pain is the crown, then I wear that weight. Brick by brick, I redefine fate. Voices fade, but receipts remain. Legacy louder than the city's pain. Ballroom polish, curbside slang. Two dialects sharp where destinies hang. I don't sell storms in a 30-second clip. I sell umbrellas that forever grip. From basements damp with a mildew side to terraces high where the skyline lies. Still I walk humble, ghost of the night. Carrying torches where the lost seek light. Every weight became armor I wore. Every loss a deposit at destiny's door. I invested scars like they carried yield. Turned out into acres and bruises to shields. Enemies fade like smoke in dawn. I script futures that forever go on. No need for applause when the proof is clear. Street throne testament, written sincere. Midnight whispers in the ink I trust. Receipts confess what the storms discussed. If the lock won't turn, I forge the key. Name in the stone for eternity. Shorty paint sunrise in a copper frame. Kids learn equity before they claim. I promised them paths I could never walk. I wrote those futures in ledger chalk. Toast to the hunger that sharpened my aim. Toast to the shadows that branded my name. Still sweet floors in the halls of thought. Still charred rules from the wars I fought. When I fade like steam from a factory vent, I live in the harbor where echo repent. Empire and scar, thrown in the night. Street gospel carved in a hustler's right. Born where the street lights bleed on stone. Raised on silence, I carve my throne. Iron lung, discipline deep. Street throne testament, promises keep. If pain is the crown, then I wear that weight. Brick by brick, I redefine fate. Voices fade, but receipts remain. Legacy louder than the city's pain. Yeah, scars don't lie, they notarize. Dreams don't fade, they crystallize. This ain't a song, it's survival script. Street throne testament, infinite writ.